It's Angela from Live Holistically. This video is about time. But before I get started, I'd like to remind you that I offer one-to-one counselling sessions to help you find and follow your passion, or you may have other things you'd like to speak about. This can be done over the phone or by Skype. We can also do it via email. I'll leave a link below for you. This video, as I said, is about time. How much time do you spend doing things you don't really want to do? Let's take phone calls, for example. Those phone calls from friends that haven't got anything important to say. I was thinking about a phone call or phone calls I used to receive. I recall that this person could call me and be on the phone for 40 minutes. And at the end of the phone call, nothing constructive had been discussed. The phone call was full of, I did this and I did that. I did this and I did that. How many of those phone calls do you get a day? Isn't your time important? On recalling other phone calls, I can be on the phone for 20 minutes with the person telling me how they'd been put down, used, just constantly. Throughout the phone call, that's all they talk about. These are friends. These are not clients. At the end of the phone calls that you get regularly, how do you feel at the end of them? Think about the calls that you get. Think about the amount of time that is spent listening to these people talk about nothing most of the time. The types of calls I'm talking about are the ones where you listen and they talk. At the end of the phone call, you found that, well, you've not gleaned or heard or understood anything different. The conversations are often the same, and they have been for years. Think back on the conversations you have. I have a rule. If I am speaking to somebody or they're speaking to me, we're talking about friends, family members, and I don't say amen throughout that conversation, then the conversation was a waste of time. I have got to agree to what you are saying. It has to be constructive. I'm not talking about, having a friend call you and she or he just wants to get stuff off their chest. That happens all the time. That is not a problem. I'm talking about the phone calls you've been having for absolutely years or months. And the conversation is exactly the same. You've not learned anything. That person hasn't learned anything. Your time is precious. My rule of thumb, If I cannot say amen during that conversation, it was a waste of time. It really was. Your time is precious. Don't allow other people to make you a sounding board for months and months and months. There has got to be something that they should have learned throughout the time that they've been speaking to you. There has got to be something that they should have learned throughout the years that they've had this complaint. Your time is precious, and unless you are absolutely in agreement with what the person is saying, conversation is a waste of time, because when you've put the phone, you feel worse than you did at the beginning of the call. Your time is precious. Spend it wisely. Before I go, I'd like to remind you that I've got a free ebook and e-course called Find and Follow Your Passion. I'll leave a link below for you. I also have a new book out called Self Equals You. In that book, it'll tell you all about you, all about the self. Again, I'll leave a link below for you. And remember to love, live holistically. I'll see you on the next one.